Well, we'll get to find out. Didn't he make a late night trip to get cigarettes on Thursday night to a gas station that didn't sell cigarettes? Debbie said. Didn't he make a late night trip to get smokes on Thursday night? No, not that I know of. I don't know where you get that shit from. Not according to any of the paperwork, not according to him. He says that he was in bed. Old Malaya didn't know when he came to bed. He stayed up. Daniel says that he was in bed sleeping the entire night. Yeah, Bronzozzi, Callie, I agree, and it was probably Daniel telling her that they were autistic. Could be part of the problem. But she's fucking stupid in that sense. Like, what is her problem? Like, like she's dumb, but she's not that dumb. Obviously, she was having problems with her treatment. The past, we'll say, at least 10 months. It's probably stemmed right back to the beginning. But for 10 months, no doubt. Because of what Wade said and their attempts to go and pick her up only to be told that she's staying now. We would have to imagine that there was all kinds of manipulation going on in order to get her to stay. Because she certainly wasn't staying for the fucking quality of food. She wasn't staying because she liked the home. She would miss the pool too much. What about the fucking sauna and jacuzzi here? Oh, you mean the 5-gallon pail Janie shits in? The holes in the floor? The hoarder cluttered, messy insides? The fact that they were showing signs of severe neglect, Vivalda, and how the agencies will address it or approach it, doctors and things, it's going to be one of two things. It's the child is showing signs of autism or showing signs of severe neglect. And the recommendation is to get them assessed from that point. You know, there's an issue here. They're right at that age. But in this situation, Vivalda, without a doubt, you can see the conditions around the home. You hear the attitudes. You hear it all. There's no question in my mind that these children were severely neglected. At the very least. Actually, a lot worse, because we're talking about how severely neglected they were in light of them being dead and unalived, red-rummed. The reason that we talk about it is because the suspect, Malaya, on several occasions has brought it up. Here as an example on the CTV, again, allegedly, the day of the search. And it probably goes back to the visitation with Children's Aid months earlier. Also, showing the signs of physical abuse at home because they didn't keep up with the other kids in such an easy classroom because of how antisocial that they were being made by way of having to deal with fuckface Daniel. They weren't exactly, They probably weren't very outgoing or respecting the rights of others in that sense. It looks like she picked a shirt off of the front lawn and put it on, in your opinion, or borrowed from Logan. I don't know. Oh, that's a Temu Hello Kitty shirt. It's probably cheap rip-off. Looks like somebody grabbed her by the shirt and was ripping her around in it. Like she got into a fight with it, a brawl. And it's all fucking stretched out and then gone through the laundry again. Like it never regains its original shape. You ever get into fights with t-shirts? They get all fucked up. That's kind of what her t-shirt looks like. No matter what Daniel was doing, she considers the RCMP in this situation more severe to that. A reason to maintain the lie and deception, to avoid prosecution, to avoid the responsibility or the accountability that comes along with what happened to Jack and Lily. Cindy wants to... She can't believe what's taking the RCMP so long to figure things out. Are you kidding me? What the fuck is wrong with these people? You can put that son of a bitch away. And you're having the RCMP do it on your behalf. That's just with the basic information that you gave them. Anita Benita 2107, Jack and Lily were probably stressed and full of anxiety and fear all of the time. That's what I mean. Because dumbasses DM, schools should be safe, but not the only place children should feel safe.
I just want to remain hopeful. But there's always, in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst. Last night was one of the worst nights.
Daniel says that he's got no reason to not be hopeful. What the fuck?
Nights because I didn't have them in their beds. And I don't want to go through that another night without them.
The search continues for two missing children this morning. 6-year-old Lily and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan are believed to have wandered away Friday morning, sparking a search of more than 100 people in the Pictou County area. Linda's looking into this story for us this morning, and just looking at the images and how long they have been missing. What's the latest here?
Yeah, so I just got off the phone with RCMP and no word yet on any sign of the two missing children. At this point now, 2 days and 2 nights in the woods. A little girl dressed head to toe in pink, a little boy in his blue dinosaur boots. Here's an image of 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and 4-year-old.
Appreciate that, Carol Johansson. God loves all of the children. Thank you, darling. He does.
Jack Sullivan. They've been missing since around 10 a.m. Friday. This is an area in Pictou County, about 20 kilometers southwest of New Glasgow, where this search is centered. We can show you a map here. The RCMP say it appears the children wandered away from a home on Gairloch Road in Lansdowne Station. Now, there's no evidence that the children were abducted, so no Amber Alert has been issued. Police sent out a vulnerable missing persons alert yesterday after.
They should have sent out a huge douchebag stepfather alert. Carol Johansson, who is VP? You can't place VP. I'm not sure who VP. Oh, Vincent something, or VM. I'm not sure who that is. Where are you guys getting that from? Oh, you're thinking Vincent Mallory. You take Vincent Mallory, Wolfie, and take that back to your buddy Jordan and them. You're letting them get in your head too much. Don't be listening to those fucking idiots. Wiley says Daniel was a problem child that never grew up. still hanging on to Mummy's teat. And it appears that she likes that. It appears they wandered, but looks can be very deceiving, especially when... Here's the first time we met old Danny, old Twinkle Toes. This dude's fucking tweaking. Tweaking hard. Look at it.
Vehicle, surveyed all the areas, many dirt roads, many culverts as it could, and waited for the police to get there. The last few days have been very stressful.
First things to come out of his mouth. The last few days have been very stressful. I can just imagine there, killer. Maria Valverde Boutier. What a great name. I love that name every time I read it. Any word on Justin's reporter to the disappearance of both Jack and Lily and Daniel's friend Jordan Geddes? Yeah, Jordan. Jordan has your whole shtick, but he is allied with his daddy Durwood. He says if Daniel is responsible, though, then he better look out. He said those words to me personally. So I'll just give him the courtesy of that. He said a whole lot more, but he sounds just like Durwood. as there's a whole script going on in the background, right? And it has nothing to do with Daniel being guilty. It's all these other people in the area, these shadow groups, these secretive, child eaters. No. Now listen, this is very easy. It's old Danny here. Danny is tweaking in this picture. The last few days have been very stressful. Oh yeah, he's geeked right out. He hasn't slept for 3 days, 4 days, probably more. No sleep. That's what no sleep in Daniel. See, that bath will do that to you. It's not necessarily the substance itself. It's the lack of sleep that really exacerbates the effects physiologically. You look like Schmegle from Lord of the Rings, boy. Hell. DM's trying to come down here. He's microdosing Anita. You can look at him and tell he's totally geeked right out in front of God and everyone, and calling his connect out to the search. There's nothing weird about that. People taking pot shots at Danny. I get a kick out of this because this is people's really one of their first views of Daniel and all of this, the guilty individual. Nothing has been right since the beginning of all of this, and your concern over the kids has been misplaced and just bizarre. You've been lying to the people holding the camera, the reporter that comes out. That's who you're speaking to. Oh dear. Helicopter Grammy, you don't know how late you are? Your husband's watching the Super Bowl, LOL. Yeah, tell him to screw himself. We're having more fun. No, there's nothing wrong with the Super Bowl. It's cool. Is that just an old wives' tale about... Do you remember... I remember hearing that when I was like a teenager in my 20s or something. About Super Bowl historically being very busy time for domestic violence, or what we would be referring to as intimate partner violence, IPV. Now, I should almost Google that. It kind of sounds like it would make sense, but my guess would be it depends whose team's playing. That's not even something to joke about. Does anybody think you've ever figured out that he dropped a half a gram in his hair on that one interview? That probably was just some snow, Carol. There's no way even Danny would waste like that. Although it is funny to laugh about. Daniel's got a whole lot more going on here than just the things that he's talking about in front of the camera. They call it cognitive load in behavioral analysis, I believe, in psychology. That's it. Yeah, Super Bowl has a lot of violence associated with it, especially depending on who's playing. Everybody gets hammered lots of times. There's huge rivalries. They've been some bad things, some Carol. It's a heck of a thing to even joke about, but how can you not draw some sort of rational punchlines to that, especially when you're casting judgment upon certain teams? It's just the craziest thing. I think there's something, it's misogynistic in that sense, but I can't help but laugh. It's just a reaction that I have. I apologize. Maybe Dandruff, he's a nasty arse tweaky McTweakerson. Oh, it's just we could be brushing all kinds of fresh snow around there in Nova Scotia. I was taking another tour through there the other day out on Cape Breton. I'm trying to think about all the places. I'm like, can I afford that place? I'd like to put a place in a little dock right on that lake door, that brass door. A big ass lake. I'll be fishing every day, brothers. I'll be out there surviving, living off the land in Cape Breton. Growing all my chronic inside. Probably have a little hustle. Get to know the locals, do some fishing, get to learn the tricks out there. I'll get me some lobster traps. Have a little stand on the side of the highway. Yeah, Cape Breton's expensive. Compared to what? Oh, yeah. I was even looking at Labrador. I'm like, where the fuck could I go out that would be crazy just to move? The problem is with all of that is you need an armed guard because of the polar bear. I'm not about getting fucked up by a polar bear. But it never seems to fail. Every time I'm on Google Earth, I'm always looking at these weird places in northern Quebec and Labrador. Shit. Like, I'd have to literally arm myself for bear and take hired hands. That's not fun. I can't do that. There's all kinds of really cool places that are like right on the coast. Very lonely and desolate. It'd be a great experience out there, but you'd still have satellite hookups. Like, I wouldn't be alone. I could take YouTube with me. You could make a show out of it in that sense. There's so much to do for a person that doesn't have to live there and deal with it all the time, I'm sure. It's not quite that easy. Great lobsters and scallops come from Digby. Yeah, Jen? Oh, yeah. That's a perk about, in my opinion, about the East Coast. You've been thinking about the same thing, and apparently Uruguay is a great place. Yeah, Vivalda? Yeah, it's definitely warmer than Nova Scotia. Fuck yeah. I'd be scared, though. Something will fucking happen. Something crazy will happen. Yeah, I agree with you. I'd rather be down there than in Cape Breton, no doubt. But hold on for a sec. Is he missing a front tooth? I think it's just a shadow. He's got a bit of a snaggle tooth up there from the math. Smoking. One moment, please.